Now by using the Gauss law, how we are going to find out the electric field intensity of a coaxial cable. Coaxial cable. The coaxial cable is nothing but a two cylinders. The axes of the two cylinders are same. The axes of the two cylinders are same. See here, this is one cylinder. Whose radius is small a. This is the axis. Now take the outer cylinder. The radius of the outer cylinder is B. This is nothing but a coaxial cable. Coaxial, nothing but a the axis of the inner cylinder as well as the outer cylinder is same. The length of this cable we have taken as a L. L is the length of the cable. Now we are going to find out what is the electric field intensity due to the coaxial cable. See, generally we are using this cable to distribute power. The source is connected here. Suppose if you take the source is DC source, that is connected to the inner cable, inner conductor, plus here it is connected the negative. Across these 2 points outside, the load is connected. The load is connected. So whenever we are connecting a source here, now the power will be passed through the cable and reaches the load. So nothing but how much charge is there on this inner sphere, the same amount of negative charge will be placed on the outer sphere. That concept you have to remember here. See how much charge is there on the inner, this one plus positive charge. We are assuming that the positive charge is placed on the inner conductor. Positive charge is placed on the inner conductor. That is, it is defined as a rho S. It is defined with a rho S. The same amount of negative charge will be placed on the outer cylinder. That is negative charge. That is the minus OS. Minus OS. Now we want to find out what is the electric field intensity due to the coaxial cable. Coaxial cable. We are assuming that this coaxial cable is placed on at a origin along the z-axis. Along the z-axis. Now you take the Gaussian surface. Now we want to find out what is the electric field intensity inside of a cable. Inside of a cable. So here, now we want to find out the electric field intensity at this point. So here, you take a Gaussian surface, the dotted line as a cylinder with the radius R, as shown in the figure. This is the Gaussian surface. Because we want to find out the electric field intensity at this point, the point P here. Now we are interested to find out the electric field intensity at point P, so that we have taken the Gaussian surface as a cylinder between the two conductors. Nothing but two cylinders, inner cylinder as well as a outer cylinder. On this cylinder, you take the differential surface here. This is the DS system, cylindrical coordinate system. This is the radius of a cylinder. Now apply the Gauss law. Pi equal to charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface. Now the pi we can write it as a surface integral d bar dot ds bar This is surface integral. This d bar we can write it as a, this d bar we can write it as a d into a bar. So ds bar is nothing but a differential surface area which is perpendicular to the radius of a cylinder, which is perpendicular to the radius of a cylinder. Now the ds bar equal to r into d pi into dz a r bar. R into d pi into dz a r bar. Right? Now you find these two, dot product of these two, d bar dot ds bar equal to d into a r bar r d pi dz a r bar. A r bar dot a r bar becomes a 1. This is equal to d into r into d pi into dz into a r bar dot a r bar. This value becomes a 1. Now take the surface integral both sides. D bar dot ds bar equal to surface integral of d into r into d pi into dz. Now here d into r, the two variables are there, one is pi, another one is z. The integral of d pi, where pi will be changing from 0 to 2 pi, and dz, integral of dz, where z will be changing from 0 to l. Nothing but the pi is changing from the 0 to 2 pi, nothing but a circle, and length is changing from 0 to L. Then only the total surface, Gaussian surface area will be completed. The total Gaussian surface will be completed. Now here, this is equal to d into r into 2 pi into L. 2 pi into L. This is equal to charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface.
Okay, sir.
Now we are going to find out what is the charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface. See here, QC is nothing but charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface. How much charge is enclosed by the Gaussian surface? How much charge is there inside of a cylinder? The total charge is enclosed. The total charge is enclosed by the Gaussian surface. See here, here we are finding separately the charge on the Gaussian surface Q equal to rho s into 2 pi a L. See here. Nothing but total surface area. The total surface area of an inner cylinder. 2 pi A into L. 2 pi is nothing but suppose if you cut and stretch it. If you cut and stretch it, we are getting this is 2 pi A. This is length. This is length of cylinder. So the total surface area becomes a 2 pi A into L. This much of charge is placed on the inner to this one. Charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface. Charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface. Now in place of charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface, if you substitute this one, d into r into 2 pi L equal to rho s into 2 pi A into L. L gets cancelled. 2 pi gets cancelled. Now d equal to rho s into A, rho s into A, rho s into A divided by, see here R is there, R. Now for this one, we have to add the direction. D equal to rho s into A by R into A R bar. This is the flux density between the cable here in this area. Now electric field intensity equal to E bar equal to d bar by epsilon. Already we know the value of d bar. Substitute here rho s into a by r into epsilon a r bar. This is the electric field intensity inside of a coaxial cable. Inside of a coaxial cable. Now this is case 1. In second case, now we are going to find out what is the electric field intensity outside of a cable. Nothing but here. Nothing but here. See here, whenever we have taken the point outside of a cable, the Gaussian surface in this manner. Now Gaussian surface becomes here in this manner. So why we have taken the Gaussian surface in this manner means because we want to find out what is the electric field intensity outside of a cable. Outside of a cable. See here we want to find out the electric field intensity. Now again you apply the Gauss law. The amount of flux leaving from the Gaussian surface, this is Gaussian surface. See here, differential surface area pi equal to QSC. Now pi you can write it as a surface integral d bar dot ds bar equal to charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface. So try to understand here. Here the one conductor is there, one cylinder. The charge density is rho s. On this outer cylinder, the charge density is minus rho s. The net charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface becomes the net charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface becomes 0. Net charge enclosed by Gaussian surface becomes 0. Nothing but this is equal to 0. See here, so whenever the net charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface is 0, the electric field intensity outside the cable becomes 0. E bar equal to 0. E bar equal to 0. Right? E bar equal to 0. Now, suppose if you want to find out what is the electric field intensity inside of a inner cylinder here. Now here we want to find out the electric field intensity. Where means inside here in this area. In this area. Again in this area also there is no charge is enclosed by the Gaussian surface, so the electric field intensity inside of a field becomes 0. So try to understand the concept here. The electric field intensity always existing between the inner conductor and the outer conductor. Only in this area only the electric field intensity is there because the flux is always from the positive to the negative. Positive to the negative. There is no flux is outside of the cylinder. There is no flux is inside of the cylinder. If the flux is not there means there is no meaning for the flux density. There is no meaning for the electric field intensity. There is no meaning for the electric field. So outside of a cylinder as well as inside of a cylinder, the flux electric field intensity is 0. Electric field intensity is 0. Now, if we draw the variation of the electric field intensity within the here means the electric field intensity always see here. This is E. The electric field intensity only existing between the inner and outer conductor only. Inner and outer conductor, that is inversely proportional. That is inversely proportional. See here, E bar equal to T bar by epsilon, where rho s A r epsilon. Rho s is charge density, that is constant. A is radius of inner cylinder, where R is the distance between the center of the inner cylinder to the point P where we are going to calculate the electric field intensity. Electric field intensity. See, as the point R is increases, the electric field intensity will be decreases. The electric field intensity will be decreases. See, again here, in this region, the electric field intensity is 0. So from this point, the electric field intensity will be decreases, and finally come to the electric field intensity is 0 at this point. Try to observe here this graph. On the y-axis we have taken the electric field intensity, on the x-axis we have taken the distance. As we are going from this point to this point towards the here, the electric field intensity will be decreases. Outside of the cylinder, outside of the cable, the electric field intensity come to the 0. Electric field intensity come to the 0. In the same manner, inside of the inner cylinder, the electric field intensity is 0, because always the electric field intensity in a coaxial cable is always presented between the inner cylinder to the outer cylinder, whereas the inner cylinder is maintained at positive potential, whereas the outer cylinder is maintained at a negative potential. Thank you.